Hello there, carnivores. So today we're going to try something I've never tried before. Watched a few videos on it. I've been wanting to try it for a few months. So we're going to try spatchcocking a chicken. So right now we're going to spatchcock it and then dry brine it, and then we'll cook it tomorrow. Let's get started. So for those who are interested, this is a chicken that comes from a local Hutterite colony. So it's nice farm raised chicken. It's much tastier and much bigger than a normal chicken you buy in the store. We've got our kitchen shears that I got off Amazon. I'll leave a link down in the description where you can get these. Full disclosure, it is an Amazon associate link, so I make a small commission if you buy one. But you get the same price you would always get on it. And it helps the channel out. Looks like this neck is still attached. So that'll come out when we do the cut here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut right down on each side of the spine on the back here. Now, I still don't have a great deal of hand strength because of my autoimmune disease. Left me bedridden for so many years. And it could be that it's still slightly frozen in a couple of spots. Okay, now we're gonna stick this in a bag and put it in the freezer, and when I get enough of this kind of stuff, at some point, we'll actually make a broth. So now we're gonna turn this over, and we're gonna spread it out. You can hear it kind of cracking, and we're just gonna press down in the middle here just to get that final break on each side of the breast here. So the reason that people do this is it actually makes it so the chicken will cook a lot more evenly and stay a lot juicier, and it'll also cook faster. But at this point, we're just going to dry brine it. So since we're going to dry brine this overnight, I'm going to use my Himalayan salt. Now this is a big chunk of meat, so we're going to salt it well. Now I know there's a lot of controversy out there about how many people are faking Himalayan salt. So I did a fair amount of research when I got this, and I found a brand that is real Himalayan salt. But if you want to just make it easy on yourself and buy the same salt that I get, I'll leave a link down in the description for that as well. And make sure you get salt on all the surfaces. And we're just going to flip this over and we're going to salt the other side. And just make sure we don't miss any spots. That would be a rookie move. So we're just going to put this chicken in this Pyrex cooking pan, and we're going to let that dry brine overnight. So in the morning, we're actually going to do this in the oven. So none of the fancy sous vide stuff or electric roaster. It's just going to go in the standard oven. Thanks to the magic of YouTube, we'll see in a little bit instead of the several hours it's going to be before we actually take the next step. Our chicken's been sitting overnight in the fridge, dry brining. So now we're going to put it in the oven. Let's get started. So we're going to set the oven here to 500, and we're going to do this on bake. Okay, so we'll start that. We're gonna get that heating up while we prep the rest here. Turn our oven light on, take our frying pans out. So we're going to be cooking this only to a temperature with the breast at 500 degrees. So I've been doing a lot of research on this, and part of the reason that chicken breast dries out is people cook it to 165, which is actually a lot higher than it needs to be. You're food safe at 140 degrees, and if we cook it to where the breast hits 150, once we take it out and let it rest, carryover cooking is going to take it to 160. But the upside of this is the breast meat is going to stay nice and juicy. At least that's the theory. Now the great thing about spatchcock chicken is that all the skin is going to get crispy at once. So because I was dry brining, some moisture has come out. I didn't really have a rack that would fit in there very well. So we're just going to pat it dry. Now for a chicken this size, I'm thinking it's probably going to take about 40 minutes at 500 degrees to reach our proper temperature. But I'll be checking in on it regularly, and we're going to be using our temperature probe here. So this is pretty inexpensive, works really good. It's an instant read thermometer. It's even got a hold feature, so if you need to reach in and take a temperature, you can hit the hold button, pull it out, and it'll keep the temperature there. So I'll leave a link for this one down in the description. So being that some of that salt got kind of washed away, I'm just going to apply a very small sprinkling of salt. Now the other thing I'm going to do is tuck these wings, otherwise the wing tips will just get destroyed. So I'm just tucking them underneath the front here, just pulling out the few little feathers that are left. So this is a chicken we got from a local Hutterite colony. So it's farm fresh chicken, basically free range. They're allowed to leave the building on their own whenever they want, except at night. Now we got those wing tips tucked. We can put it in the oven. Now, right now the oven temperature is only up to 145. So we're just going to wait until that hits 500. So I'll bring you back when we're ready to put it in the oven. Well, our oven has reached our 500 degrees. It just beeped at me. So we'll take our spatchcock chicken and we'll get it in the oven. And we'll start the timer. I'm going to be watching the condition of the skin, and if after about 30 minutes it's not really browning up the way I like, then I'm going to switch the oven to broil. That way we'll get direct heat from the elements up top going down. Thanks to the magic of YouTube. You'll be right back with me in a minute. It's been about 28 minutes. You can see it's not browning all that well. I'm going to check the temperature, see where we're at. And I'm going to switch the oven to broil so we get a little better browning on the skin as it's finishing up. So we'll bring it back shortly. Okay, so I did another 15 minutes set on broil, and then I took it back off for broil, put it back to bake because it was browned nicely, and added another 5 minutes. So that brought us up to 158.9. That's a little higher than I wanted it to go. That's fine, it should still come out nicely. So we're going to take it out of the oven and we're going to let it rest. So I'll see you back in a minute. So there's just a quick shot of it as it came out of the oven. It's looking absolutely wonderful, brown and crispy. We let it rest for about 20 minutes. Then we're going to come back and give a taste test. So I'm just going to wrap it in tin foil or tent it in tin foil while it's resting. We'll be right back. All right, we're done our 20-minute rest. Now comes the moment of truth and we see how we did. If I didn't mention it before, this is the first time I've tried spatchcocking a chicken. So we're just gonna get some basic cuts out of the way here. Oh, look at the juices flowing. Oh, and it just comes apart. Look at that. Wow. Ooh, boy, that's hot. Oh, look at all the juices laying in there. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this right down the middle. Ooh, boy. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Cut a couple pieces off it. See how we did. Oh, it's looking really juicy. I can just see the juices flowing out of that. Okay, take a couple little pieces of breast meat because if it's moist, the rest should be fantastic.
Wow. That is so good.
Well, folks, that has got to be the tenderest, juiciest chicken breast I've had in my life. That cooking to, the 150 degree range and then letting it finish by carryover cooking as it rests, that's absolutely the ticket. It retains so much moisture in the breast. The flavor is incredible. We only use salt. So something I find after having been on carnivore for a few months, my tastes have changed and I notice a lot more flavor in the meat. This is absolutely incredible. So Mrs. Fuzzy and I are really, really enjoying this chicken. How's that skin? Nice and crispy?
Yep.
Well, that's what we were aiming for. Definitely will be using this spatchcock method going forward. And it cooks pretty fast. I mean, we cooked this in under an hour. And this is a really big chicken. So I'm very happy with that. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be sure to catch the next recipe coming out. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you coming. See you on the next video. Bye for now.